uploaded to these? This is all high quality audio.
Yeah. Do I look blue to you, Michael? Little pest reference for you.
Hello, legions, one and all, and welcome to another exciting episode of the What You've Been Watching podcast. I am, as always, your host, the marvelous Mike D, joined by my co-host, cohort, and youngest brother,
Marcus Dudley, MD3, checking in on the YOU. What's going on out there in podcast land? We are broadcasting live from the Think Tank Studios right here in Tallahassee, Florida. Ain't that something?
That's it.
Yeah, coming at you, all sorts of locations and flavors that we do. How are you today, my brother, so far?
I'm good, man. Summer's kicking off, so the kids are out of school, and I've just been trying to keep them busy and occupied, trying to keep the just sitting around watching YouTube videos and stuff all day.
Yeah, it's hard because YouTube and stuff rules.
Yeah, I know. Especially given the format of the subject matter we're talking about. But
Yeah, I hear you, man. But other than that, you all right though?
Yeah, I'm good. Just it's hot, boss.
Dude, it's stupid ass hot. It's so stupid hot. Anyways, though,
yeah, we had a dude get heat stroke on the golf course the other day.
I don't doubt it.
Yeah,
he's out there drinking too many brewskis, thinking he's fucking John Daly. You're not, sir.
Yeah, exactly.
Drink water, dumbass.
Or maybe just not 4 Bloody Marys. I don't know.
Yeah, I hear you. Sorry, my chair is low, but we're not gonna mess with it. We're just gonna find the home and we're gonna rock with it. But yeah, man, shout out to our first off Ketsa, always bright for the audio. Appreciate you.
Always.
Shout out to Mr. A1. If you have custom beats that you need, if you have a podcast, for example, and you're like, I need an intro music, I need an interlude music like those fine boys over there at What You've Been Watching.
That's right.
Reach out to our guy, Mr. A1. He is A1 in customer service, A1 in our hearts, and A1 with the flavors. You know what I mean?
Damn right.
He really is a quadruple threat when you think about it. I know that was only 3, but what else does he do?
I heard he once trained a mule to kick a field goal.
A1 animal trainer as well. That's right. Reach out to him at a1reality.music@gmail.com. Again, that's a1reality.music@gmail.com. The man has got the flavors for you. Shout out to the Middle Duds himself.
That's right.
Who was awesome on the last episode.
Yeah.
Much appreciate that, man. It was
he always brings a certain you and I wouldn't say that we have the exact same sense of humor, but you and I are closer in sense of humor than he is to either one of us. Like his sense of humor is just sort of offbeat from ours. And so it's always fun for me hanging out with him because he brings this like weird perspective and jokes that I never would have thought of,
Yeah, no, I mean, he's a different person, and you and I spend too much time together. So, I mean, that's what happens when you bring somebody in to reflect upon your own nonsense. Typically, right. But no, he brought the heat, though, man. It's I'm really grateful for him and the fact of we talked about it off mic a little bit and a little bit on mic too. Just I Love Boosters is so much movie that you're just like imagine like trying to go explain and like have a conversation with somebody about everything everywhere all at once and they haven't seen it. You'd be like, I mean.
Where do I start? How do I unravel this ball of yarn that is this movie?
Yeah, and then you're just gonna rattle off like, and then they loop, and then there's like this world where you have to put something up your rear end in order to get your powers, and it's like, what are you talking about? You know what I mean? Like, and then their thumbs got strong in their finger. You're like, okay, cool, I'm out. Like so. Yes, I appreciate him jumping on to help save the day there. Just because it's a lot of movie. So, but no, he definitely brought it. So I say all that to say. All these cool banners and all the artwork, the nom you see up there in the corner, all of our "We'll Be Right Back" silly stickers and stuff like that. He does all that. And so we don't use check marks. We use the Middle Duddy's work.
That's it.
So if you want to reach out to him, wolf.matt.tattoo on Instagram.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
So reach out to him. Get some stuff commissioned. Where else can they find us, my brother?
You can find us online at facebook.com/Dudley Bros Podcast. We are on Instagram at What You Been Watching Podcast. Nope, What You Been Watching. And we are on YouTube at WBW Podcast.
Well done, sir. You can also reach us in on the Gmail at What You Been Watching Podcast at gmail.com. But that's right. They're all listed. If you find any one of those places, all the rest
they're
is
all
listed
linked
there.
They're all linked.
Yeah. Just go into our description. You'll find it.
And as always, please don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Go ahead and pass us along, share, leave a comment, rate us, all that good stuff. Anything that's going to help boost our algorithm because we're trying to become corporate shills as quickly as possible. I'm trying to get paid.
Let me pander to you, because baby, this is your day. Something is something, you man, baby, you blow me away. Yeah, that's what I got. Let me pander to you, baby. That's it. Anyways,
How about you, man? What you been up to?
Man,
Oh no,
filling holes. I don't know.
filling holes.
I don't know. Not the sexual kind of way. I don't know. I kicked some dirt around the other day. I don't know, man. Radical shifts in life. It happens, man.
I feel you, man.
You roll with the punches.
Yeah,
but
and they never. It's the big ones are never the ones that you see coming. It's always something that's just like, bam. Now you got to deal with this, right?
Yeah. So it is what it is, man. But we
it's all right. It'll grow back.
I know, right? Oh man. So what other small talk do we want to make before we get going?
I don't know, man. That's about it. About all I got. You know,
things. Anything else special happening? Oh, shout out to the Knicks. You won. Shout out to U.S. men's soccer. Y'all probably lost by now. Let's be honest. They beat Paraguay 4-1. Like, I'm not trying to like. It's funny because other countries, when their team wins, they're like or excuse me, when America wins, they always make fun of American football or soccer fans. Like, oh yeah, enjoy your one win. It's like, and what do you do when your country wins? You fucking celebrate. Like, shut up.
Right.
Because
how you gonna be mad at me just because
doing the same thing you do? We have less success than you do. Yeah, you're damn right. We need to celebrate these wins.
Right.
We're about to get bounced any tree around you. That's not what y'all talking
I'm knocking out old ladies just for no reason.
Yeah, dude, we're about to get bounced.
I'm putting my hand in the cash register, son.
I'm talking about we winning the World Cup. Get out of here with that shit. We'll finish 16th. Let's be real. Chad picked a number. Chad picked 8. Only 6 people live in the house. His 2 fingers get more play than the U.S. men's soccer team.
Oh Lord! That was almost a spit take. That was delightful.
References coming at you live in effect.
Oh goodness!
Other than that, what are the local happenings going on? Don't invest in the future. People are content about bringing about the literal biblical Armageddon.
Yeah, no shit.
So let's prepare for that as best we can by making our little yuck jokes here on the show.
That's it. Hey. Let me just distract myself from the impending darkness.
Yeah, but I haven't gone to the movies a lot. It is the summer, so
that's good.
That's what I do.
Yeah, man. I wish, man. I've between watching the kids and going to work, I've had very little time for myself. So
bail on your personal responsibilities and go late at
night. I mean, not to say it hasn't crossed my mind, 6 times today, but nah, I can't do it.
So I'm boosting the power.
It's okay. You know me. I put too much on myself to be like, I wouldn't be able to live with myself if I just all of a sudden pulled the plug and was like, just bail.
No, I don't mean for like forever. I just mean for a day.
Oh yeah.
Just be like, yeah, that's cool, baby. I'll be at the cinemas.
That's right. Oh, Father's Day. That's what came up. That's right.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah, happy Father's Day to you, sir.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah,
thank you. You as well.
Bill. Thanks, man.
Yeah, man.
It's fathering's tough out there. If you got father advice, reach in at What You've Been Watching podcast. You're 2 broken men here distracting themselves with movies and their lack of parenting abilities. They just try to not be frustrated.
Yeah. Please just don't let me murder either one of them today. Please.
That's it. It's a series of enablements with my daughter. I'm like, okay, let's be cool. Let's relax. And then it's a slow poke in the ribs. For 8 hours. I'm like, yep, whatever you want. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's keep the peace here. I cannot fight you anymore. My patience is out and I refuse to snap on you.
I see things your way now. You win.
You're quite convincing.
I've been convinced.
Who would have known that time and persistence pays off? Other than that, man, just, got some new jerseys I've been rocking. So,
good. All right. The addiction continues.
Yeah, this is old. If I see a Florida State one at Goodwill, I'm buying that.
Yeah.
That's just, even if I have the number, I'm like, gonna need that one.
But I don't have it in that color.
Dude, that's exactly what it is. I don't have that number in that color. Yeah, I have a problem. But it's slowed down, man. I'm doing all right though. I've been working out a lot too. Been hitting the gym.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
You can see my beefcakey baby.
Right.
My buttery baby.
Say, you might need to get a bigger shirt there next time, school boy.
Oh, skadoosh on them. Dude, we played a D&D campaign. Well, I was witnessing a D&D campaign. One of my favorite quotes ever. It's from Pineapple Express. But they were playing against this dragon, and our Glenn, who's been on the show before, got to like the second level of the dragon, and all he did was like increase it by like 2 frames or whatever. Right. I was like, oh, I just flexed and busted out. And that term has become synonymous with so much nonsense in our D&D games. Gonna flex and bust out of here.
That's right.
Anyways, I don't know. That's all I got. Well, Michael.
Yes, sir.
The reason why people tune in every other week. What you been watching, man?
My man, I recently, I don't know if we've talked about this on the podcast before, but I recently rewatched the movie Frailty with Bill Paxton and Matthew McConaughey.
Which one is Bill? Paxton is the one in Tombstone.
Yes.
Pullman is the greatest president of all time in Independence Day.
Yes.
Want to have a Bill Pullman conversation real quick? Or?
Sure. Yeah, let's go. Here we go.
It's the greatest president ever, dude.
I mean, he did fight back the aliens in 96.
Yeah, dude.
Or 94?
I know we talked about it on the show before, but it's like, Mr. President, you're too important to be like, oh, you know what I would do if I was going to get in the plane and you didn't want me to? You should sanction me.
That's right.
Sanction me with your army. Oh, wait. You don't have a fucking army.
Let's see.
Looks like I'm getting in this plane.
Are you going to fly this F-14 Tomcat? Oh, I didn't think so. You know who can fly an F-14 Tomcat? Yours truly.
The president.
The president.
Dude, it's the most gangster shit ever. Gives the most breathy speech. And all those, we fight for our Independence Day. Now I'm going to go get an F-16 and go kick the shit out of his man. That shit is gangster. He does not care at all. I love that. Bill Pullman, that role, it's such a ridiculous role. But, dude, I want my president flying up an F, whatever awesome. That is, shooting aliens down.
The only other better president would probably be Jamie Foxx in, God, what was it, Olympus Has Fallen with Gerard Butler?
No, that was that's White House Down, with Channing Tatum.
Is that Channing Tatum?
Yeah, there is like a whole Olympus Has Fallen. Olympus is like, there's like 2 or 3 movies with Gerard Butler.
Okay.
Yeah, Jamie Foxx is the president. I think it's White House Down.
Okay. Yeah.
That movie's absurd. Although
he blows up like 6 people with a bazooka. And he starts off as this like real nebbish, like bookworm president. By the end, he's like shooting from the hip, Rambo style, like doing the Michael Man or like slow motion dive.
Yeah, the John Woo pigeons flying in the background. You damn right.
That's right. I forgot there was Channing Tatum. That's right.
The only other president who's greater than all of those is President Camacho of Idiocracy.
That's right.
When he comes into the royal chamber or the Senate floor or whatever, and he pulls out a machine gun and fires in the air to get everyone's attention. You can't combat that. Can't combat that at all. That dude rules.
What I say that he'd been elected 8 times in a row.
He's also the heavyweight champion of the world. So gangsta. Yeah, shout out to Terry Crews as President Camacho in Idiocracy, which if you still haven't seen that movie, it's becoming more and more of a documentary.
Oh my God.
Every single day.
Mike Judge was looking into a plantier somewhere and just went like, I have seen the future and it is bleak.
Yeah, who thought that the guy who did Beavis and Butthead was going to give the most realistic sci-fi movie accurate? Yeah. Dude.
Kubrick?
Yeah,
Spielberg?
Bunch of hacks. Bunch of hacks.
Fucking straight up basura.
Yeah, dude. Mike Judge, Idiocracy. Anyways, that was enough on Bill Pullman.
That's right. I forgot.
I just think as president, it's such a weird role, but I just respect the fact he's like, oh, you mean these taxpayer billions of dollars? I'm getting in this plane. Like, but Mr. President, I'm getting in the plane. I'm doing presidential shit. Why do you think I ran for office? Oh, vetoes and politics. No, getting a fucking jet fighter and inflicting my will upon people. I've been waiting for this shit. And today we fight for the earth.
Today we celebrate our Independence Day. I'm about to independently smack you upside your damn head if you don't get the fuck out of my way.
Give it a goddamn map, Scott. Exactly, dude. I've been waiting to inflict but policy and peace treaties. Nerd. Shut up.
Why are you trying to ruin my time?
Getting in this, I'm the president. Right. Well, if I can't get in the plane, who should? Even if I don't know how to fly, you should be like, it's an honor, President, that you're willing to do this. That's what I'm saying. Anyways, Bill Pullman, underrated performance of the week in a movie we're not talking about.
As is our way.
I'm just going to call him President Bill Pullman from now on, dude. Anyways, we're talking about Frailty. Sorry, I got with Bill Paxton.
Yes, yeah.
The guy from Tombstone.
Right, Bill Pullman, who is not in this movie.
And ladies and gentlemen, that's how you fill time when you don't have a lot to talk about.
We are so stupid.
Don't listen to us.
Oh,
Anyway.
sweet Lord. Yes, Frailty. Basically, it's told in flashback. Matthew McConaughey walks into Power's booth. Is this sheriff of this like podunk, like Texas town, whatever. He walks in. He basically says, "I know who the God's hand killer is. It's my brother." He starts telling this flashback story of how his dad, his Bill Pullman, his dad, single dad raising two boys. All of a sudden, one night has a vision from the archangel Michael that says there's demons in the world and it's signaling the end times. And it's his family's responsibility to pull the demons out of the earth and cast them back into the, fiery lake or whatever. So basically like kidnap people that are, or demons that are disguised as people, expose them and then kill them.
Oh, wow.
So, this whole, like, it's very intense. It's this weird, like psycho-religious thriller because the oldest boy, Fenton, is just convinced that his dad is crazy, right? But the younger kid, Adam, is completely behind this. Like day one, he's like, "Yeah, Dad, let's do this," like totally all about it. And so it's the older boy trying to figure out whether or not he can trust his dad or whether this is an actual religious experience or whether his dad's just completely gone off the deep end finally. Right. And his dad gets real mean about shit. Like they basically, Fenton tells his dad that like, "I'd rather go to jail than do this one more time." And so to punish him, he makes him dig this like 8 by 8 by 16 foot hole in the backyard. Well, it turns out that and he has to pray the whole time. So, and he says he basically has this line of like, "He could make me dig that hole, but I refuse to pray. That was the one thing he could not make me do, and I didn't pray one time."
Oh wow!
Turns out the reason they wanted the hole was they end up building a shed over it for a kill floor, like a secret kill floor where they can take the demons.
This is just lure him into the house with like a trap door or something.
No, he literally just like, I mean, in one scene. He uses the kid like look under the guy's car like he's looking for a lost cat or whatever. And when the guy bends down to check, Bill Pullman comes up and hits him in the head with a magic lead pipe.
You mean Bill Paxton?
I'm sorry.
Yeah. Gotcha.
No, it was the president.
Yeah, it was the president too. Out here saving lives. Yeah. You're welcome.
Apparently, the angel guides Bill Paxton to 3 magical items that are going to help him. It's a pair of gloves, like work gloves, a lead pipe, and a big fuck you like double bladed axe. So, he hits him on the head with the lead pipe, takes him down to the kill floor, and then he takes the gloves off. And once he lays hands on him, it allegedly exposes the demon or whatever. Of course, the eldest kid doesn't see it. Like, he just sees the dad freaking out and his eyes rolling back. And he's like, "Did you see it, Fenton? Did you see it? He's a demon. I told you, all those dead babies, all those dead kids." And kid's like, "Whatever you say, man." Meanwhile, the little kid's like, "I seen it too, Dad.
I seen it too. You ripped a man's jawbone out. I seen it.
There's fucking jaw."
Yeah, shout out to Trap Jaw.
So it's in flashback, Matthew McConaughey telling Powers Booth, "I know who the God's hand killer is." And as he's telling him this story, he's basically saying like, we used to dispose of the bodies in the community rose garden. So if you take me like 4 towns over, I'll show you where all the bodies are, and that should be enough convincing, whatever. So that's what they're doing while he's telling, they're on this road trip to go to this rose garden thing.
Okay. Can you explain a kill floor? What, like, I don't understand that.
Like a kill floor, I mean, for like cattle and stuff, it's basically just an open space with like lanes in it that you can't get. It's basically just it's a pit that they can just kill people, like a dirt floor that they can just like kill people in.
Okay, I got you. Okay, I didn't know if I thought you meant it was like some kind of trap thingy or
No, not a trap door. No,
I got you.
No,
it's literally okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So I was overthinking it.
No, yeah. There's this like secret lever, like trapdoor thing that they throw him down in there, and then they take he takes his boys down there, and he's like, I'm going to put my hands on you, and I'm going to expose you for the demon that you are.
Well, keep telling me the story now because I'm interested. Because go ahead and spoil a movie that's probably 30 years old.
Oh, it's not that old. I think it was late 90s, maybe 98, 99.
You want to hear something crazy, Michael?
Don't you dare say it.
It's like 30 years ago.
Don't you dare say it. Don't you dare. Don't you dare say it. Don't you say it.
25. Does that make you feel better?
Yeah, actually a little bit.
And we'll just round up.
But yeah, so basically, you want me to spoil it for you?
Yeah, keep going. Yeah, I'm in it now.
So the dad ends up killing like 14 people or whatever. And then the kid ends up, the older brother ends up killing the dad. He just can't take it anymore. Because
and the older brother's the one that didn't believe him.
Right. Because so basically what happens is the angel keeps coming to Bill Paxton and keeps giving him like names to add to this list. And one day he adds Fenton's name to the list.
Oh.
And like Bill Pullman's like, I didn't want to believe it. I need you to, you got to convince me. And, otherwise I have to destroy you. So he basically steals away one of these demons and hands the axe to the boy. And is like, if you don't do this, I'm going to kill you. And, of course he, like, praise Jesus, praise all this. And the kid buries the axe in his chest. So, and then they bury the body and they end up going and living with some aunt, whatever, run away. Long story short, Powers Booth and Matthew McConaughey get to the. I'm sorry, I forgot to mention. His brother, Matthew McConaughey's brother, earlier in the movie is saying like, I know that there's demons all around me, and I can see him, and it's the end times, and I don't know how to stop it. And then he ends up unaliving himself.
So Matthew McConaughey plays the older brother that ended up having to kill his dad.
Well, funny thing about that. As they go to the Rose Garden, Matthew McConaughey puts his hands on the sheriff, and actually you see that like he killed his mother and like mutilated her corpse for inheritance money. Like you actually see like the demon is exposed basically.
Who did? The sheriff?
The sheriff. Yeah. And so then the big reveal is Matthew McConaughey isn't the older brother. He was the little brother who believed the whole time. And so now he's taped. So basically his brother was a demon and ended up becoming a psycho killer, but he just did it in the exact same pattern as Matthew McConaughey did.
Oh, snap.
So his brother was getting all the credit for his kills.
Oh, snap. Damn.
Yeah, big twist.
Big twist. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it was not bad. Yeah. Then he's talking to his wife and he's like, this area is clean. We're going to move on to a bigger city.
Of course it is. Man, that's pretty cool. All right. Yeah.
Sorry, spoilers for a movie that's apparently 55 years old.
Yeah, it came out in 1921. Yeah, no, that's cool, man. I like it. I feel like a lot of those like demonic type movies kind of went away in that time because I remember Fallen had come out around that time. Like that was kind of a thing. Like In the Days with Schwarzenegger. And what was the other one? Stigmata had come out.
That's right. Not the Squidmata.
The Squidmata, yeah. Yeah, they kind of went away. They're all just like, they turn into horror movies now. And those movies always had a bit of a horrifying element to them. But even like Devil's Advocate is kind of in the same ballpark of those, kind of. Sure. I don't know. Maybe it's just the ebb and flow of, the cycle of horror movies. Like, in the 70s and 80s, excuse me, it was like the slashers and stuff like that. And then, in the 90s, that was kind of passe. And so it turned into sort of, the like the paranormal and sort of like, we don't know exactly what the thing is, but it's somewhat, it's terrifying, or it's this unknown anomaly or something like that. And then now it's the paranormals and the nuns and the conjurings and stuff like that. And in the early 2000s, it was the Saw movies, and it was just, horror fest or a gore fest rather. That's true. Sorry, my chair is low.
You all right?
Yeah, I'm good.
Doctor says I need to back you out of me.
Dude, you have no idea. That's part of the reason I go to the gym is try to help that part out, but probably just making it worse. But yeah, no, that's cool though, man. That's a movie I could get on board. This Matthew McConaughey. I don't know, man. It's like he became this good actor, but like I don't ever remember the transformation. I feel like he's doing the same roles back then. He just had Like, I'm not saying he's a bad actor. That's not what I'm saying, but I just feel like he went from almost kind of not be taken seriously.
He
but
was great
kind
in a Time to Kill.
Yeah, but he plays the same type of, like, his delivery is the same in a lot of things. And then,
Well, I'm not going to argue that.
yeah, and then now all of a sudden he became like adored. And it was like, oh, now he's an Oscar winner. I'm like, did he do that much different? Like, I mean, Mud and Dallas Buyers Club. I mean, that was kind of like the big year he had.
Yeah.
Like,
Those were some pretty big swings, though.
Yeah, fair enough. But I don't know. I'm not trying to.
Why are you hating on Matthew McConaughey?
I'm just hating today. I'm hater ass you. You need my button.
Get the button.
I know, dude.
There go Marcus. Hating again.
So many buttons to make. But yeah, so I can't really contribute to your conversation here, but any other thoughts on it? Did you watch it by yourself or?
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, of course. Yeah.
I can't convince people to watch this with me.
No. I mean, it's like I said, you're pretty, I don't want to say run of the mill because it is interesting in terms of the twist at the end. You know, it's a little bit predictable once you kind of see the pieces as they're fitting together and you're going, oh, there's something weird happening here. But I liked it. I think Bill Pullman was great in it.
Right. Bill Pullman was great in it, I'm sure.
So
he's the only person to ever be killed, to be a president, fly a plane, be killed by a Terminator, an alien, and a predator.
That's right.
It's a true statement.
That's right.
It's almost Wall of Fame worthy. Almost.
I mean, if not.
Yeah, Bill Pullman. Anyways, what do you want to rate it or?
Yeah, I'm going to rate it one religious experience that I probably just had in my head.
Yeah. I was tripping acid one time and I never really came back.
See, I had been licking frogs all day and
yeah, exactly. I don't know, man. It would be burdensome.
I did not know it would get me high. It was just for fun.
It was just for fun. Yes. But see, I don't know, man. Having something like that, the burden of if anything, you could see beyond. We'll talk about it in here in a moment.
I mean, the guy was already a religious nutcase in the first place. So it wasn't like it was like out of the blue, you know, like all of a sudden it's like, you know, Paul on the road to Damascus or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know, man. We'll talk about it here in a minute, but there's another person in one of these upcoming movies that was burdened by something that was given to her. And,
okay.
Yeah. So we'll talk about that in a minute. That theme of being that character of burdened with the cross of knowledge that you can't then reverse.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. You can't pull back the curtain or whatever, you know?
Yeah, I hear you. Well, yeah, that's enough on that, I suppose, on Frailty. I actually might want to check that one out. That would be kind of cool. Is it streaming or?
Yeah, I think it's on Netflix.
Okay. All right. Check it out for sure. Netflix. Appreciate you. All right.
Please sponsor.
Yeah, please.
We will watch everything. We will find the end of Netflix. We will list it alphabetically.
We will. We will. All right. Well, you want to ask me a question so we can get to the thing that we watched together at the end?
That's a good idea.
Frame it that way a little bit.
My brother, what you been watching?
Oh my God. All right. I'm about to get fired up at you people.
Okay.
All right. Right here. Where's the camera? There it is.
Straight down the barrel.
All right. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I have some bull crap that I often suggest on this podcast. Whether it be, I'm trying to think of an example. I don't know. There's a lot. I talk a lot. I saw The Furious.
Okay.
The new Hong Kong action movie. And dude, this is one of the best things I've seen in terms of kung fu movies or action movies since when you leave that theater and you're just like, that was awesome.
You ready to kick somebody's ass?
Yeah. Like the first time you see John Wick, the first time you see The Raid, in terms of kung fu movies. I mean, John Wick kind of is a kung fu movie. I mean,
it's gun fu. I mean,
yeah, especially the later it goes on. Like the first one is probably the best movie in terms of structure, plot, character motivation. And then the other ones are just kind of like, hey, let's get him from room to room.
I remember I had not seen John Wick 1 and you invited me to go see John Wick 2. And I was like, I won't know anything about it. You're like, Michael, I can bring you up to speed in 3 sentences.
Yeah. Yeah. And I did.
He kicks ass. They killed his dog. They stole his car. You know everything that happened in the first movie.
Yeah. Yeah. Widow with these things in mind. There you go. And now he's a man of purpose and intensity, or purpose and focus, he says, of intense focus. But yeah, but it was like that, man. The Furious was like one of those things. Dude, I was like our theater, I don't know if it was just the right crowd or whatever.
Yeah.
So I hope I'm not trying to oversell this movie due to my personal, it was one of the better, maybe one of the best theater experiences I've had in a long time.
Nice.
Like people, I got high fives from people that I don't even know, like on everything. They were leaving like, yo, that was awesome. One guy was like, take my tickets tomorrow. You know what I mean? And another guy was like, that's a motherfucking movie.
Right, right.
It was just, everyone was like,
jazzed up and yeah, on a real high at the end.
Yeah, like
that's great.
Everyone was talking during it, but not in some like disruptful way, but because they were into the movie. You know what I mean? It was like, yo, this is great. Like, no, like not in awesome, some, like, oh, don't open the door situation. Like just right. It was just awesome, dude.
Right. Not a single cell phone to be seen, huh?
No, they were just into it. I mean, it slows down a little bit just to kind of build.
I mean, you got to.
Yeah. But like whatever.
You can't go full throttle the entire movie.
Full throttle. Yeah. I mean, there are a couple movies that do that, but this doesn't need it. It more than makes up for it by whatever slow time you have. It like when the action soars, it's on a whole new level. I would really put this up there. For those of you who don't know, I know we talk about this movie a lot. The Raid, the first time you watch that, you're like, well, that was, not only was it different in the fact of its simplicity was just awesome. It's incredibly well shot. But the fighting style itself that is shown in that, I forget who did it. It was, I want to say it was Indonesian or Malaysian. I could be wrong.
Malaysian.
I think so. By the way, this fighting style came out in that movie that really hadn't been seen on camera yet. Much how like with Ong Bak, it was like, you had seen Muay Thai before, but never in this cinematic, like, let's get this guy who knows Muay Thai and he's a track star and he's a
stunt performer
and all this stuff.
And he's handsome and he's,
let's get all these things together in one thing. And so with Ong Bak, it was like, that was one of those few things where you would just tell people like, just go see Ong Bak. And like, what is it? You're like, just trust me. Just go see it. I promise
Tony Jaa literally doing awesome shit for about 88 minutes.
Just go check it out. I promise you'll be entertained. I promise you. No, like if you hate, and that was one of those also DVDs, at least in our circle,
that got passed around a lot.
Yeah, like I remember I bought a copy and I think I ended up with two somehow, and I gave it to our good friend Mike Wynn. Shout out to DJ Mike.
What up, Wednesday?
Yeah, attaboy. And I remember when I loaned it to him, he watched it and loved it, and he loaned it to a couple people of our coworkers. And so it kind of became a thing. And then like one of his friends came over that I didn't know and was like, yo, what's this? And Mike was like, yo, you got to watch this. And he's like, he's like, when I give you this movie, just give it to somebody else when you're done.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that was kind of how that movie worked. It was such a word of mouth thing of just like, yo, oh, you haven't seen Ong Bak? Just here. I'm gonna leave this with you.
See, back in the day, kids, we actually had physical media that you had to trade with your friends and pass around and generate word of mouth. I mean, I guess now the equivalent would be like memes and just sharing that back and forth. But even there was no instantaneous, like it was, you had to give it to a friend, they had to watch it, and then they had to give it to a friend and they had to watch it. So it wasn't like it was this instantaneous, oh, I can just send it to everybody I know kind of thing.
Well, they kept the hype around because then when that person saw it, they would want to come back and talk to you and be like, yo, that was crazy. Like, well, right. And then so it kind of kept the hype going, and then other people wanted to join in your conversations. So like, go check this out. And so I say all that to say, when Ong Bak came out, it was one of those, like, I had never seen anything like this.
Yeah.
And then when The Raid came out, it was also like, okay, I'd never seen anything like this. And it's so just well done in terms of, this is the best 2-on-1 fight scenes you're ever going to see. In terms of just action, balls to the wall. It's just how, what's his name? I forget. The main actor's Ewo something. By the time he gets there, like the level of exhaustion, how guns are there in the first part, and by the end, it's just
bare knuckles.
The crime mob, knuck if you buck sort of situation.
That's right.
And so then this movie,
and he's limping up the stairs because he's getting shot and his ass kicked in and thrown off of stairs. And
and there's also a level of just in Hong Kong movies, and Gareth Edwards, or was it Gareth Evans or Edwards who did The Raid? Yeah, I think it's Edwards. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because Gareth Evans did Godzilla and stuff like that.
I might have those reversed.
Either way, it's one of them. But yeah, he did The Raid, and
Bill Paxton, Bill Pullman.
Yeah, exactly. He also did that movie, The Apostle, on Netflix, the horror movie that you like.
The Apostle,
or what is it? I think it's called The Apostle. Yeah,
The Ritual.
Maybe yes.
The Ritual. Yeah, what about the guys who get terrorized by the Nordic demigod? Yes. Okay.
Yeah. Sorry, not The Apostle. Yeah, The Ritual.
Yeah, The Ritual. Great horror movie, by the way. Oh my God, terrifying. Especially if you love really creepy, just ambiance. Oh.
Yeah. Let the crowd know down the mic. Also,
Sorry.
No, you're good.
I'm trying to look at them and talk to them.
No, you're good. You're good, brother. I just. That's my me being bossy kicking in. But no,
a Macho Man promo.
I know, right? I'll be back. Talk about you, Hogan. Cream of the crop, dude. That should be a bit. Great day. Good pull.
Thank you.
Yeah. When you start doing that, just do this.
Just put the pinky on
and just sway away. But you got to come back with more intensity. You can't do it on something you're like, it was all right, whatever. But anyway, as I say, The Furious. This I honestly would put up there with those two movies in terms of when you see it, you're just like, yeah, just go watch it.
Yeah.
Like I really cannot sing this movie's praise enough. It does the thing in Hong Kong action films where your main protagonist can just take ungodly amounts of damage, and there's no real scale as to like whatever plot point you need for this fight to keep going is however much damage you can take at any given time.
Right.
One hammer hit might kill a lowly henchman, but for our protagonist, he might take a sledgehammer to the gut and spit up blood and be like, fine, 30 minutes
you just
later.
fucked up. Yeah.
Or somebody gets hit by a car at one point and they're like, you know what I mean? Like people get beaten to death. Like it's absurd. Like,
right.
None of it matters. It's so it's not even campy. It just doesn't care. It's just full octane. Just like, hey, guess what? It doesn't matter.
Right. We need this bad guy to stick around just long enough for us to get rid of it, or like as long as we need him, and then he's done. Like who cares?
Like almost to the point where it's not like the violent, it is very gratuitous violence, but like the amount of just like extreme stuff that happens is almost gratuitous.
Okay.
But like in no way do you care.
All right.
Right. Like, you know how like Judge Dredd, it's like, we're going to switch the gun to make this dude's head explode. Sure. There's no need for that.
Right.
But they're just going to do it because it looks rad.
Cool. Right.
Yeah. It's stuff like that where you're just like, yeah, do that. So like, if you I'm telling you, just buy the ticket and take the ride. It's one of the, like, I fully recommend this movie.
Nice.
On every level. It does slow down a bit. Pretty much it's straight took in China.
Straight
took in China. That's the plot line.
I want to make so many jokes, but I won't.
No, you won't.
I won't.
Yeah, the opening sequence is like somewhere in Southeast Asia, and that's
that looks a lot like Hong Kong. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
what do you mean somewhere?
And
That's pretty identifiable.
And Joe Taslim, shout out to his agent, or his agent, whoever's selecting his kung fu movie. Joe Taslim. I'm about to tell you who Joe Taslim is. Whoever his agent or whoever's making his movie selections is like about to be a Wall of Famer.
Okay.
I'm willing to give it to him just because I don't know who the guy behind the guy is. But he was in the raid, right? He was not the main police officer, but the other guy, like the number 2 in line.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah, he's
not the bad guy, but
he's on the police team. He's not Iwo, whatever his name is, but yeah, he's like the taller guy.
Got you. Okay,
he's awesome, right? But so he's in the raid. Points for that. He's also Bi-Han in the first Mortal Kombat.
Nice. Okay,
yeah. So that guy, yeah.
Okay,
and then he's in this movie as well. And so,
I mean, why not, baby? Let's go.
Whoever's sending you scripts, give them a raise. Or maybe you just have the eye for it and you're like, no, I want to be a part of this. And so maybe he just likes, I haven't seen this director, I forget who does it, but he apparently has another movie he did before this that is also really cool. But if it's anything even close to this, then this guy's going to be on my radar for a while. I should have Googled it beforehand, but yeah, man, The Furious is wild, man. Yeah. And like the fighting style, the way that
is it like straight kung fu? Is it a mix of like MMA? Is it like all different styles, like a kumite?
No, I mean, there's definitely different styles. Joe Taslim like flips people a lot.
Okay.
The main guy, oh my gosh, I can't remember his name. He plays a mute. They call him the Chinese mute a lot. I forget the actor's name, but his name is Wei Wang in the movie. They tell you, it doesn't really matter. They tell you at the end that his name, but it's a fighting style I've never seen before. They slide through people's legs a lot, and they use
baseball slide.
A lot, and they use the gap of like when they stretch. The opening sequence is Joe Taslim has a wife, and what sets him on his journey is she's an investigative reporter, and she goes to free all these children. And then when she's freeing them, she gets caught, and she fights her way out. Okay, and it opens on the sequence of her being like, they pick her up a lot, and like they start to drag her away, and whenever they kind of like almost wishbone her and like pull her arm, and she kind of like stretches and flips out of it into an attack stance, and you're like, wait, what is that? Okay, and she like rolls on top of people, and then that's just kind of like the opening sequence. And they use the gap of people's legs in terms of like kicking them open and using them as like shutters, and they flip over people to then carry that person with them to use that person. It's
taking their momentum with them, basically.
Yeah, it's really entertaining. And at one point, somebody just kind of like surfs up and down people, and they're like, it's like this human pyramid gets formed, and he just surfs up it. It is, it's wild. And so, that's like cool. The Chinese mute guy, like he's pretty much the main guy. Him and Joe Taslim. Joe Taslim's wife gets straight Chinese tooken. That's what we're gonna call the plot. Any plot point in this movie is straight Chinese tooken. And then the mute, he's a handyman who has a brain injury, and so his daughter gets straight tooken, and so that sets them on the path. Which I learned something in this movie as well. Bathroom break advice for all our watchers out there. There's something, and this movie does it a great job. When you have two protagonists, and we know something, like we know this character's backstory and his motivation and what he knows about the mystery or the plot. We also know this character and and what he knows about the plot and his motivation for being there. Of course, they start as foe, right? Because they don't know, and like, well, what's going on here?
Right.
Who are you? We're just two guys fighting in the thing, and like another dude gets thrown at me.
Yeah,
and
then it's classic Marvel team up.
Yeah. So they're like, oh, wait a second. But whenever that action piece slows down, when they get out of there, you can go to the bathroom for free. Because what's going to happen is those two, in order for the movie to make sense, we know as an audience everything they know. They have to have a scene in which they explain it to one another what they know and why they are on this course.
Right.
And so if you ever have two protagonists meeting and it slows down, just get up and go to the bathroom.
Go take a pee. Go get some popcorn.
It's a little hack for you.
Have a little poop.
Yeah, I mean, wrap it up, but wash your hands.
Don't actually wrap up the poop.
Yeah, the poop, like, bring it with you back. Yeah, wash your hands, all that other stuff. But yeah, that's a little trick of the trade for you, because they have to, in order for the movie to make sense, they have to explain what each other.
Right. Yeah. Oh, it turns out our interests align. So, but we have to have that scene of like, well, here's my deal. Oh, I have a similar deal.
Right.
Let me tell you.
And we on the audience have already
already privy to that.
Yeah. So it was a dramatic irony when we know something that the characters in the movie don't, or whatever. So I guess that's more of like, oh, this person is actually betraying you, and we the audience know, and the main member doesn't. That's more the dramatic irony in terms of
But I mean, just regular irony would be that we already know the backstory that the other characters don't.
Yeah. So, anyways, that's a little trick of the trade for you from your friends.
It's not just an Alanis Morissette song.
I know. So, yeah, man, I really can't sing this movie's praise enough. And
dude, I'm sold on this. I mean, I take your, especially when it comes to kung fu flicks, I take your recommendation on that with pretty big importance. Like I put a lot of weight on that. So if you're telling me this is the one to see, I trust you on that.
Yeah, man. I appreciate that. But it's also, I call you with my nonsense. I saw the movie at like 9:40 at night is when it started. And it's like a 2-hour movie. So by the time I got out or whatever, like they played so many previews. I was out right around midnight.
Right.
And usually if it's you, I'll just call you because you're a little, I limit it, but I'll still call you with my nonsense.
Right.
And especially in sobriety, I try not to do it too much. But like the one person who I rarely do with my nonsense past a certain hour is the middle duds himself.
Right.
I just don't bother him.
He goes to bed like an old man. He's in bed by like 6:30 in the afternoon.
I don't know if he does that, but that's me more than anybody probably. I'm done at like 9:30. I'm like, I'm good. I got work tomorrow. Whatever, we're done here. But either way, I called him after midnight and I texted him, was like, you up? And at first he was like, are you okay? I was like, yeah, I'm good. But once he answered, I was like, dude. So the fact that I called him after this movie got out, just to be like, Matthew, of all the bullshit I pitch you, of all the dumb shit that I say, this is the one to listen to me on. I promise you, I won't steer you wrong on this one. Again, I was getting high fives from people in the audience who were just like, that was awesome.
Yeah.
And it just ramps up. And again, it slows down to a point, but then the final sequence, I don't even want to try to, I can't even really describe it for you. It's just so absurd and ridiculous and so well shot and so
violent. Does the T-Rex come in?
I might as well.
No.
It's and again, the amount of damage that people can take just fluctuates. They use bicycles as weapons at one point, like whole bikes. It's bikes. Yeah, dude. So it gets my highest recommendation. The Furious, man. Go see it. So
sorry, I'm just thinking of Tom Segura.
I was thinking of Step Brothers. I watched my son use a bicycle as a weapon today. You yelled grape at the top of your lungs.
He had a crazy look in his eye. I really thought he was going to do it.
He looked at me and he said, let's get it on.
I am so not a graper.
Exactly.
Stoops.
But yeah, man, this movie, I'm telling you, I don't want to, I'm trying not to oversell it because one is partly my theater experience, but some a-hole by the time I saw it and now, because it's been out for all weekend, it had 100% on Rotten Tomatoes. Somebody gave it a negative review and dropped it like a 90 something. But it's
why?
Like, I don't know, because just people are contrarians. I found it to be gratuitous and overly violent, and there's too many Asians. Yeah, whatever it is. Like, dude, just I don't know, man. Just
it was in subtitles, and I don't speak that language.
Yeah, and it's definitely an international film. You can tell that they cut around ADR a lot, which I don't care.
Yeah, I'm not there for the whip smart dialogue. I want to see some dude put the bottom of his foot in the face of another dude.
Yeah, exactly. And there's like clearly CGI blood a lot that gets overdone. I'm like, I if the end result, and there's a couple times I wish they would have kept the camera on that stage, but even then I can't complain too much because they gave us a good sequence before they cut. It was a decent amount of moves. It wasn't like punch, cut, punch, cut. It was long sequence, cut to another one, come back for a decent one. Like, I'm not really complaining, but there are times that I would have liked the camera to have stayed there just a little bit longer. But they, whatever little nits I can pick or whatever like that, like they more than make up for it. Good. Like my cup ranneth over by the end. I'm like, that movie was ridiculous.
Right.
So yeah, man.
Everything you wanted.
Yeah. And like I said, it's straight tooken, but with, again, nobody has a gun ever. It's so weird. Yeah.
That's the one for, I don't know. I watched the Asian martial arts and I'm just like, God, this could never happen in America because it would just be 40 Texas rednecks showing up with, Colt 45s and being like, not round here, you ain't.
Michael's trying to say that it takes a good guy with a gun.
Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying. Yes. Thoughts and prayers.
Yeah.
Thoughts and prayers.
Yeah.
Never mind.
No.
I was going to bail, ripcord.
Anyways, I will give the Furious one awesome fight in the ice factory.
Ooh.
Yeah, man.
Okay.
Yeah, man.
Cool.
Yeah, they slip and slide, and they also do a good job of they fight on a tile floor later in the movie, and it gets bloody as hell, and no one could get traction. I'm like, yeah, have you ever stepped on blood on either a concrete or like a smooth concrete or like a, I guess not like a, what do they call it? Like epoxy concrete floor or something like that.
Not since I instilled my kill floor. No.
Oh yeah, dude. It's either way, blood on tile is slippery as hell. Like, yeah. So, but yeah, they slip and slide all over to try to fight each other, and like, oh man, like the way that they even. There's a shot sometimes of like somebody's laying on top of someone and they like roll underneath them and attack them at the same. It's like, I don't know how you do that, but it translates so well, man. Like this movie's a ride, man. Just take it.
Okay.
So I will rate it. One badass fight at Ice Factory.
All right. Love it, man. Love it. Cool, man. Anything else you want to add on to that?
No, not on that movie. Unless you want to ask me a question again.
Let's see. Let's do this. Let's take a quick break.
Okay.
And then we will come back after a brief word from our sponsor, Love.
We'll be right back. we are back
That's right.
from our sponsor, Love. It's a motherfucker.
Don't do it.
And no, it's definitely worth it, man. It's a wonderful thing. Love is a wonderful thing. I forget who sings that song, but oh man, now it's gonna be like some verbal tick of mine to do this. Love is a wonderful thing. Anyway,
sometimes you just got to get them out. Believe me, I'm the same way.
Dude.
It's when I'm working the line, it's just me and the boys just chirping at each other as far as like just repeating memes and movie like usually it's either like Step Brothers. Tropic Thunder's another one we do a lot. Big Lebowski, just like he treats objects like women, man, like completely out of the blue for no reason.
Yeah, man, that's my story of my life. That's how kitchen speak is, but I just get the verbal takes. Like before the show started, it was a body of Christ from his body all muscled up and toned. Body of Christ. Oh, what a body! I wish I could call it my own.
Body of Christ.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, also, what's the other one we do? I who pooped in the chili.
Oh yeah, no, that we shouldn't tell them of all our mic testing. We're not ready for that yet.
I can't help it if poop was funny.
No, poop was hilarious. I stopped my friend the other day. He was like, "Yeah, you do that," and I was like, "First, it was talking about something really serious." I was like, "First off, you just said do." It's not just blaze past that. He's like, "You're 12, dude." I'm like, oh, "I know."
Oh yeah,
but you said it.
Now we can either both laugh at it,
yeah,
and we can both have a good time.
Because you were being serious and telling me something heartfelt and said the word doo-doo in the middle of it. You don't need the second do. That's on you.
Not only is it grammatically incorrect, it's also hilarious.
Yeah, so don't come at me about my immaturity when you said it.
That's right. Really, you set me up for this.
Yeah,
I feel entrapped.
Anyways, what else we've been watching?
Let's see. Yeah. After that, man, what else you been watching?
All right, I'm gonna spoil some of this movie. I'm gonna try to not get into it fully, but I don't know. There's really not much to spoil. It kind of gives it all away in the trailer. Disclosure Day.
Okay.
It's gonna seem, I'm gonna say a lot of things that are gonna make it seem like I hate this fucking movie.
Okay.
I don't hate this movie.
Okay.
All right. There's just a lot of meat on the bone, and it gives me a lot to dislike when it does that. Right.
Is it too much, or is it just like not cohesive enough, or is it taking too big of swings, or it's throwing too many things into the pot? Other metaphors I could use.
I know, right? Does it strike out at home? 3-2. No.
Is it doing the three squirrels?
Yeah. No, it's a little bit of everything you just mentioned. Somebody said that if this movie came out in the year 2005, that it would have been an all-time movie. I kind of agree with that.
Okay.
I mean, if you see this, surprise, it's called Disclosure Day, and it's about people revealing the existence of aliens on Earth, right? That's in the trailer.
Well, duh.
Yeah. So I'm not giving that's like the plot point. How they get to that point is where everything lies in between.
Okay.
Some people, I have a good friend of mine, shout out to the Dunmo Dynasty. He loved it. Right. But,
okay.
and I don't take anything away from that, just because it's when we talk about movies, it's how it resonates to you. Right. Sure. And you may watch a movie and go, that plot point was the dumbest thing I've ever seen. Sure. And I might go like, that plot point exactly happened in my life. Right. You know what I mean? That's something I relate to 1,010%. And with somebody being into aliens and, he's not like a conspiracy nut, but you know what I mean? Like let's just say it caters to his interest a little bit more than mine.
Did you ever hear that joke?
What?
3 conspiracy theorists walk into a bar. It can't be a coincidence.
Oh. That's pretty good, actually. It's pretty good. Patent pending.
There we go.
That's patent pending.
From a joke book from 1955 that I stole.
Exactly. From the Scholastic Book Fair.
Yeah.
But Sam, where was I going with this? Okay, so Disclosure Day. I put it on the short.
You're talking about Dunn.
Oh yeah. Okay, so it really it appealed to him, right, for a lot of things, and I guess there's a lot of things in this movie that are high concept, high brow, and it just not all of it lands.
Gotcha. Okay.
And part of it, there's very few movies that go for where everything blends together perfectly. I think Everything Everywhere All at Once is one that has like really high concepts of like, what are we getting into, of humor and like the tonal shifts that movie has, the high sci-fi concepts it has, the just concepts of life and just meaning. That is one movie that can kind of pull it all off, right?
Even then, I think it has a few minor misses.
And again, I would disagree, but like, again, it's how it resonates with you, right? And so it has a lot of stuff in concept, and some of it is just, I guess I'm going to kind of have to spoil it a little bit.
Okay. So go watch the movie.
Yeah, go watch the movie.
We'll wait. And we're back.
Yeah, it's a good movie. And I'm going to say a lot of nice things about it too. But part of the thing I have is I just get tired of low hanging fruit in terms of the message of this movie is like, and again, there's a lot of setup to get to this point, but it's pretty abundantly clear very early on what they're trying to sell you. It's like they stage it as it's kind of realistic in the fact of we're on the brink of World War III. And once again, if the concept of these aliens reaches the mass public, then it's going to change, how we view ourselves in the world, and it's going to give us something. So some people want to confine this information because, again, it's going to change religion and this and how we view ourselves, and other people want it out because it's going to, again, change it for the better in terms of our meaningless wars are going to be so small now. And so
now we got aliens to fight.
Yeah, exactly. Much like Bill Pullman does earlier. But they're not trying to fight him. I think the aliens are trying to more liberate in this movie in terms of like, you guys are so
like we liberated Iraq.
Yeah, just like that.
Okay.
Yeah. No, but
no, I mean, I'm like, are they using that in the same sense?
No.
They're actually coming here like we come in peace, literally.
Yeah. You guys are so close to evolving into these higher beings, and you're about to destroy yourselves.
Gotcha.
And there needs to be likely an intervention at this point.
Okay.
And so it's there's a little bit of that, but the theme of just, it's almost like you need to listen to each other. You need to understand one another. It's almost like a politician, their stance being like, war is bad. And you're like, yeah, no shit.
Right.
Like, how do we get there? What's your actual
But we're
policy?
so good at it.
Yeah, like war is bad. End racism. You're like, yeah, I agree with your point.
It's so much fun.
Well, chill out. But you know what I'm saying? It's like, yeah, it's almost like a no shit thing. It's like, no shit.
Right.
And so, you need to listen to each other. And there's a lot of steps in between how they get there in terms of like, I think his name's Jack O'Connell. He played the priest in Dead Man, Wake Up Dead Man, Knives Out, the third one. He played the priest, not Josh Brolin, but the other guy.
Okay.
I think it's Jack O'Connell, something like that.
No, Jack O'Connell is Remick from.
Okay. Well, either way, that guy, I forget his name, but yeah, I think his name's Daniel in the movie. I'm going to call him Daniel.
Okay.
But yeah, he and Emily Blunt are like imbued with these gifts, and they're trying to connect and whatever. Here nor there. I kind of forgot what I was saying, but yeah, the message of just empathy. It's like, empathy is the understanding, and they've given Daniel this key of like understanding math as this universal language.
Sure.
Then they've bestowed Emily Blunt with this gift of understanding humans. So the chain of events is aliens send the message to Daniel. Daniel can translate that perfectly, and then gives that to Emily Blunt, who then can translate that to all of
the
us.
masses. Gotcha.
And so it is cool in the fact that they set up this perfect thing, and those two
almost
meet
like
each other.
Like the Metatron or like the voice of God or something like that.
Pretty much,
like,
yes. And so he is cursed with this gift of just he can understand systems on like it, math being the universal language. He can understand anything. If it's like a security breach, he can just look at it and understand it. When he hears in the trailer, she starts making these clicking noises and stuff like that. He just understands. He's like, to me, I hear it in English. Like, you don't understand. My brain is translating it in real time to a point that he shows it to other people. He's like, no, I mean, I hear it, what she's saying, but it's just clicks and nonsense. It sounds like her mic went out. And he's like, no, see, I hear that in clear English. So like, what's going on?
Okay.
And
Interesting.
She has this ability. It's like the empath of like reaching human beings at their most core of understanding. Right. And again, it's cool that it's kind of cool in the fact of the way that they get there, but the underlying message of like, what's going to save humanity is listening to one another and understanding. It's like, I agree with you. Sure. And I do think that we do need to have that message out there, but it's also kind of low hanging fruit. Like, again, like a politician going, well, what's your stance on war? War is bad. Okay. Well, what are we doing to get there?
Right.
There's no shit. Well, crime is bad. You're like, yeah, okay. Are we going to Are we going to do anything to help those impoverished people that are committing the crime? Like, there's no actual sustenance to the actual message,
Right.
in my opinion. It's just like
all sizzle, no steak.
Yeah, and so sometimes the setup, and so in my opinion, the setup of the mystery is greater than the reveal of the mystery.
Okay.
And I'm not giving away all the plot points. You can kind of see some of these things coming. And so that's kind of one of the things. There's also things with the screenwriter David Koepp, who's really, he's a good screenwriter, but he does like really weird plot point things sometimes that are just annoying. There's an object that clearly, like at the end of the movie, it's just like, oh, this will solve it. And you're like, it's that nope.
Right.
You just kind of wrote yourself into this convenient corner of being like, well, that thing will fix it. And you're like, there's no,
what do I do with this sword and this anvil and this stone?
Yeah, exactly. And it's just like, well, that's convenient. That now,
let me just put this Chekhov's gun here over the mantle.
yeah. And so there's some of that stuff that you kind of just got to like, okay. There's a scene in which it's hard for me to even trash this scene because the way I'm going to explain it here in just a minute.
Okay.
But there's a scene where it's like this secret government agency. It's like they're the ones trying to keep everything under wraps, called like Wardex or whatever, run by Colin Firth, who does a hell of a job in this movie.
Okay.
It's very, very well acted.
I loved him in The Penguin.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's start mixing names again. We'll just confuse ourselves more by the end of this.
I know.
It's because then we're gonna be like, are you actually talking about the actual actor or is this a bit? We'll be correcting each other, being like, the bit. Oh yeah. Kayfabe, bro.
That's right.
But anyways, no, he runs the secret organization Wardex or whatever. They're the ones that he's like, you don't understand, this is going to destroy what we understand about humanity. We got to keep this under wraps. I'm paraphrasing grossly, but
Got you. Sure.
Wide strokes.
The long and short of it.
Yeah. And so, but the way that they conduct field, like they have the guy cornered, right? And they're like, oh, we're moving in on the MacGuffin device and the person. And like everyone turns their back to the road in which this guy, he's like over in a field over here somewhere. And he just like walks back up to the house and he sees everyone. He's like, oh, these black cars. And he like just ducks down and just like no one at any point turns around. There's no helicopters in the air. And
right.
You just got to go like, how have you guys been a secret for the last 70 years? Like you're fucking incompetent. And also there's another point in the movie where the people that are like trying to expose everything, they're also like this secret organization. You're like, and how the fuck have you guys been a secret?
Right,
you guys are all incompetent.
Right.
And so they're these
out here handing out business cards and stuff. Like,
okay.
Yeah, you should come to our recruitment funder.
And theirs is a bit more believable, but like this government agency, like this guy just walks up on him and just like jumps in one of the cars. But the thing that I forgive about it, and maybe they had to write it that way because of how Steven Spielberg staged it. Mm-hmm. Man, no one does camera movement like this guy, man. I'm telling you. It's the way that he goes up to a fence line and down, and it's one tracking shot. And then like when it spins this way and it follows him down this way, it hands the camera seamlessly underneath the fence to the other side with him. I don't know how they pulled it off. And there's a couple one take shots in this that I do not believe are assisted by CGI, but there's a couple you're like, how the did you do that?
Like a long one take?
Yeah.
Like a oneer?
Yeah. And so that is one where he's walking up. And so you're you're audibly rolling your eyes because you're like, turn around. I heard people, like 3 people in the audience watching it go, turn around.
Right.
Like, he's right behind you. Who sweeps the area? And everyone's like, let's sweep everyone going north.
Right.
Like, it's not the area. It's just keep going north.
Right.
Right. Yeah. And so, but the way that they do that, like watch the camera work in that scene, it's incredible. And then it does like another practical effect of him like getting in this car, driving it into the house, and like the way that, and then he has a conversation with someone, throws him in the car, and it's the actor that drives into the house because clearly they cut from the inside of the house and him driving through it. He jumps out, grabs her, and it's not a stunt double, whatever. So they do really cool stuff in terms of camera work, and he drives out of and it goes from there. And, so there's
so lots of good stunt work and
yeah. I mean,
say what you want, but Steven Spielberg really knows how to film shit. You know,
he's got all the pitches, and like the cinematographer he works well with as well. You know, they've done a couple things together, and they clearly understand each other's language. And Steven Spielberg also does this thing. There's a shot in the movie, and most people, I've talked to a couple people that have seen the movie, and maybe it's just my critical eye for things. They zoom in on a guy. Eyes play a big part in this movie. Reflections play a big part in this movie. And so they zoom in on, I think I said his name was Daniel. We're just going to keep rolling with that.
Right.
They zoom in on him making a phone call, and it's a really tight camera shot right here. Right. And he gets up to like, there's somebody else in the other room, and he's wraps up on his phone call, and he's going to hang out. And you would think that the easy, even just smart shot to do would just be back up, zoom out, frame it better as this person enters the room. And instead of that, it goes up and zooms out. And it's just such a interesting, like
a God's eye perspective or something?
And it does, instead of zooming, like I said, just back and out, it just goes up and out. And you're like, little things like that where you're like, I didn't expect that.
Okay.
You know, and it's nothing like you've never seen before, but it's just a weird way of like, oh, did you just do that on a crane that close? Like what? What an interesting choice.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. Is this is this just like Steven Spielberg playing around and sort of just being like, I know all the conventional rules. Now I'm just going to see, like, let me just see how this looks kind of thing. Like, is he just?
I mean, you'd have to ask him. Honestly, I mean, we got his number. We'll call him a little later.
Yeah, Steve, call us, bud.
I mean, I still think he likes the challenge, and he likes. I mean, I say this word, it's getting less and less as CGI becomes more and more of a thing, but he's one of the few people I think J.J. Abrams believes in this, even though I don't think he's as adept at doing it. The term movie magic.
Yes.
Steven Spielberg, I still can keep the illusion of movie magic going on. We're like, what is, and so I think he does like to challenge himself. And there's a shot I'm going to talk about, and it's Emily Blunt starts to go through this transformation. These abilities begin to awaken in her, much like it did this guy Daniel a certain amount of time ago.
Okay.
And there's a scene. She's a weather meteorologist at a news station in Kansas. And there's a scene of her running late. She parks her car, throws her keys to the valet, and then the shot starts with her entering the doors of the building. Okay. And it's her being harassed by her boss, being like, you're late, you're on in 3 minutes. What are you doing? Da, 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 da. And it's Michael, it's a 4.5 minute shot, and it's a oneer.
Oh, wow.
And it is her going through that, going through makeup, going through everything. And you think like, oh, this is just the process of her getting ready to go on camera while she's late. Michael, she's rapid firing everything. At one point, you start to learn her gift of, there's a part of World War III is Korea's upset. And so there's this Korean guy sitting on the couch that they're preparing for an interview. And he's trying to explain to somebody, and they do a throwaway line in terms of, hey, the Korean gentleman's getting upset because nobody's understanding him. And she just walks over there, starts speaking Korean with him fluently. And this is Emily Blunt like doing it. She speaks Russian earlier. She's okay. Yeah, she's at the top of her game in this. And yeah, she's like,
amazing.
She's one of the best working actors today, like full stop. And so she starts speaking Korean with this guy and gets up and starts explaining like, oh, no, he's actually not that frustrated. It's the nuance of the word that you're not understanding. And she explains the difference in the nuance of the word and what he's trying to portray more than it. And so he's just kind of the Korean guy's like, yeah. Like that's
what she said.
Yeah. And so everyone's like, oh, and again, there is nuance, and it is about listening and understanding. Mm-hmm, so there's a theme of that throughout the movie. And then it goes, she's still got her little makeup bib on. They're doing like makeup on the run. She's like getting all her notes for the show. And it's 4.5 minutes. And it ends with her going, and they're like, you're on in 3, you're on in 2, you're on in 1. And it cuts to her, and she starts her meteorology report, and she starts to just like almost like zone out. And she starts to do these guttural clicks and doing all that. And you can tell, they go, okay, cut to whatever. And she faints. And that's the end of the oneer. But like, you can tell just in that shot, the way that she starts to click at the end, you can see her as not only a character, but as an actress, and be physically tired. And it plays so well into this. That's just cool. By the time she's spoken 3 languages, like solved all these problems, she like runs into some AD, says something that only she would understand. Like, hey, you need to go home and you need to call the police. This person's going to, and everyone's like, what? Right. And so everyone's like, okay. And it's just like some of the most acting you'll see. She does everything. Okay. And then by the time she hits the clicks and the guttural stuff, it's 4 minutes in, and you can see that she's physically exhausted as well. Yeah. Changing her shoes and this and that, and 3, 2, 1. And that's when you're like, damn, that was Steven Spielberg.
Nice. Yeah.
Guy still got it. Guy still got it. And so there's parts of this movie that if
captivating, like I have to see how this plays out kind of thing.
Yeah. And I mean, they do some of he's really big on light and like warm lights coming in, especially it's very Close Encounters of the Third Kind. Some of the shots where they enter a room and it's very dimly but warmly lit. And there's almost like a lens flare thing that J.J. Abrams later kind of beat into the ground. But the way that they do some of those shots, I'm like, they didn't lens flare it. They didn't add CGI lights later to brighten it. It's not a post thing. Where did you hide those lights?
Sure.
Like, I know that you crunked them and dim them. That's the only trick I know that did happen between you and your cinematographer. The rest I don't know.
Right.
But I know that there's a magic trick in there somewhere, and I just can't explain it. And so if you really pay attention to some of the subtle things, you'd be like, oh yeah, Steven Spielberg is still incredible at what he does. And I don't know if this is his best directed movie. I don't know about that. But it's almost like a victory lap. Sometimes you're like, you think the old man still ain't got it, and boom, like here's 104 down the plate. You're like, oh, okay.
Right.
Yeah,
How you say I ain't got it? My last album was The Chronic.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Great pull. So there really are some plot point things to kind of pick on in terms of not all of it lands. They throw a lot up there. Some characters don't have much to do, or they're just kind of written like the Daniel character. He kind of, and Wyatt Russell both play a role. And here's another tip from what you've been watching. Sometimes people will start to go in the Wyatt Russell plays Emily Blunt's boyfriend in the movie. And when all these things start to develop, he's going like, what is going on? And he gets very frustrated. He's not on board. It annoyed my friend. He was like, he was not on board at all. They could not get rid of him off screen fast enough, which I like Wyatt Russell. I think he's a good actor. But he is playing the role of the audience. When we don't know anything, we almost need somebody to ask the questions that we're asking. Like, what is going on?
Right.
And so
what is this thing? What does it do?
Yeah. And so there's a little bit of that. And then also the Daniel character really kind of you don't really learn much about him. He just kind of only exists as a means for everybody to converge upon. Okay. In terms of like, she's meeting to meet him. The secret agency's going to meet him. He's working for the secret one. So he's kind of the linchpin of everything, but so it sounds like he has a lot to do, but he doesn't really in a weird way. So, and again, everyone's it's just weird because you do learn a lot about Emily Blunt. You get her slice of life in terms of what she does, her boyfriend, her apartment, her, and so
they just don't give as much to the other guy, I guess.
Yeah. And you do a little bit. So some characters just really don't have a lot to do. There's a little bit of an ET vibe to it as well. Okay. In terms of there's some comedic bits in terms of, again, the magic stones or whatever. They do things that it works in the movie, but it is very ET in terms of hiding from a government agency as you make your escape kind of situations.
Got you.
And only this alien tech can then do it. And so I'll let you see the sequence, but it's fun. It is reminiscent of E.T. John Williams does the score again.
Of course.
And so I don't know if this is his best one. I don't think it's as memorable as, clearly not Star Wars, Jaws, something like that. But there is some piano parts at pretty high crescendos in the movie that you're like, there's the John Williams I know and love. So,
give me the horns, baby.
Yeah,
give me the horns.
Yeah, hit him in the chest with it, like Trick Daddy says.
That's right.
So
put some treble in it. Put some treble in it.
Treble in it. That's
my word.
So I don't know, man. There are definitely things. It's gotten some pretty negative reviews as well, and it's a kind of a polarizing movie because if somebody says I absolutely love that movie, I can see the reasons why. If you say, oh, I hated that movie, and here's the reasons why, I go, yeah, I can see that too.
Okay,
I can see that too. It is a lot going on, and again, I don't think many movies really pull off pulling all the elements together. Mm-hmm. It definitely doesn't do that. Do I still recommend it? Yeah, but again, I think some people are going to get varying results from this movie. So, but again, us being technical guys and Steven Spielberg fans, it's like,
but it's also not hard to be a Steven Spielberg fan. I mean, like even his misses, the ones that he kind of had to take a loss on, like Polar Express and stuff like that. You're like,
it's Robert Zemeckis.
No, didn't. Oh no, you're right. Absolutely, no. That's right. That was Bobby Zemeckis.
Bobby Z.
But no, but you see what I'm saying? Like even his misses, it's kind of like, all right. I mean, he did take over for Stanley Kubrick in AI, so I kind of see what he was trying to do. It's Steven Spielberg trying to do his best Stanley Kubrick impersonation.
Yeah, and even then, it was like Kingdom of the Crystal Skull and stuff like that. You're like, ooh. Right. Ooh, I mean, you're fascinated. Also, he does subtlety, and it largely works in his favor. Subtlety at times in terms of thematic stuff is not his strong suit.
No,
I don't think
he
kind of is just like and that's the other thing about the messaging is like empathy, and you're like, I hear you,
sure,
but I have a theory on this again, which we're going to talk about when Supergirl comes out.
Okay,
but I'm going to plant the seed here. It's like using we've talked about how like in movies we trust and this is going to sound like I'm like some incel like taking a shot at women. I'm just simply talking about as a plot device.
Sure.
It's something that
within the context of film,
right? The filmmakers use this as a way to gain our trust. When there's a mother, like we almost as an audience don't question that, right? And I think it's emotionally manipulative because they're like, it works, but I just get tired of the picking of the low hanging fruit. We're like, well, of course we trust her. It's a mother,
right?
As if, and trust me, I would. You want to trust them. That's the thing. But it is kind of like as if there's no bad mothers ever. Like this person wouldn't be a piece of shit and leave their child behind. Like run for your life, save yourself, peace. Like
Casey Anthony, like I've been waiting for this.
Right. And dads typically get sacrificed for their children of going like, go. And you know what I mean? And mothers typically are the ones.
Never see him trip the wife. Like,
yeah,
she's right there. Go get her.
And again, like all these things are fine. And I know that it's a gender role thing. That's not even, I don't know if it's damaging because again, it's a motherly figure. You want to trust it. But when you see these kind of things, I just feel like it's low hanging fruit. When you're just like, yeah, you're right. And I'm going to bring this up now. James Gunn movies, pets, and the emotional manipulation of those things.
Right.
Where it's like the John Wick, you killed the dog. When I was like, well, now he has carte blanche to kill everybody. And you're like,
somebody kill my dog. I do the exact same thing. I go all John Wick on him.
Yeah. And so we're going to talk about that with Supergirl when that comes up, because I got a pretty good feeling. The fact that it's a James Gunn joint, I see crypto in there and I'm like, I bet I know where this is going. Same thing with Guardians 3. By the time Rocket gets his hand on the collector, or not the collector, the Supreme Guardians 3, what's the bad guy's name?
High Evolutionary.
High Evolution, thank you. And that one at least earned it because it was more and more, it was really about the mistreatment of animals. But it is also, again, when you hit that theme enough times, you're like, I get it, man. Like,
I mean, he did literally run you through the gauntlet of like, look at all the cute, fuzzy, mistreated animals and don't we love them? And then be like, psych, took them all away.
Yeah. So I forgive that more. But it is, by the time he got his hands on the High Evolutionary, you're like, rip his face off, Rocket, rip it, and
bite him,
bite him in the eyeball. Right. Right. So, but we're going to talk about that again on Supergirl. So I say all that to say there's things in this movie that I just find to be, does it work? Yes. Is it? It's kind of low hanging fruit though. You're just like, yeah, man, you're right. War equals bad. Listening equals good. They do introduce the concept of empathy being a currency, which I really did get on board with. And it's kind of a throwaway line in it. Of it's almost being for lack of a better term, almost a monetary thing in terms of they value this empathy of and wanting to understand more than they do of anything else. And so that idea of it being a currency, I kind of liked, and not like as if you're trading my understanding for yours in terms of like,
right.
And you can apply that to anything. Oh, you need food and let me understand why. And I have this and let you understand why. And so we can, you know what I mean? So I did like that concept. And if they would have kind of left it there, that's cool. But I think between some of Steven Spielberg's heavy-handedness at times and David Koepp's just like, I think it's how you say the screenwriter's name.
Yeah.
He can also just do like eye roll things with the script. You're like, this didn't quite come together, but cool stuff nonetheless. So that's all I got on the movie though, man. So go check it out. Let us know what you think. Kind of polarizing. And there's still a lot in between that I didn't get into, but I did spoil some of it. So,
I mean, is it just too high concept to get into now?
It's just, without you seeing it, it'd just be me rattling off a bunch of lunch and then this and then this and then this.
Sure.
And I painted with wide enough strokes of the paintbrush that you get it. It's just, it's all the in between of how they got there. Again, this device does other things and blah, 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 but overarching themes kind of stuff. So,
okay. So what do you rate it?
I don't know, man. I don't be listening. I don't be listening.
That's pretty good. So, I'll take it. All right.
Last but not least, you want to talk about what you and I have been watching?
Yes, sir. You and I have seen a certain
Spider-Noir.
Spider-Noir.
We did finish it. We told him we would. Why don't you go ahead and take it away there, M. Duddy's elder?
I loved it. I think it's
loved it.
Yeah. I think it's now, is it perfect? No. I think there's parts that drag on way, way, way too long. Again, we kind of talked about how during the Netflix run of the Marvel shows that, they would do 13 episodes and you could probably have squoze that into about 8. you know?
Yeah.
There's parts of that as well. I don't know how much more you could trim down, but there's definitely parts where, like, again, like you were saying, like they kind of beat you over the head of like, all right, here's where we are in the plot. And so this is what we need to do. And it's like, okay, but you just said that by a different character, not but 2 scenes ago. I don't need a refresher in the same episode. Like if you want to do that per episode, you know, have that check-in, you know, exposition, whatever, of like, all right, so here's where we are now. Here's where we got to go. Here's the guy we got to talk to. But to do it multiple times within the same episode, it's just, it's too much. It's superfluous.
I agree with that. I think part of that is in detective things, people like to high talk and fast talk and explain.
Yeah.
So I think there's some of that going on and them trying to keep that spirit alive. But I also think that's a problem with just streaming in general, where you watch something happen and then they immediately have to tell you what just happened because people are playing on their phones.
Right.
And so I think it's a combination of that, if I'm being honest. So, which is a trend that can go away.
Yeah. But that's not really how.
Oh, I agree. It's not how it should be, but it is just,
or even like in the genre of, and to its credit, this series does a really good job of trying to imitate all the old classic detective noir. I mean, like there's literally scenes where Nick Cage is at the, you know, moving picture shows and he's quoting it line for line, much to the annoyance of everybody around him.
Yeah.
So in trying to be so true to that, I think that they could have sacrificed a little bit of audience exposition or keeping things a little bit closer to the vest. You know, like we don't have to see the mystery. Like we don't have to know all the pieces of the mystery until the very final end. And they sort of, breadcrumb it out for you.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. That's true. The mystery does a little piece of it gets unfolded every episode, and then wrinkles get added. But I don't know. Overall, I don't feel like you're trashing the show. You're just
no. I like Nick Cage in it. He doesn't go full, like Leaving Las Vegas or Wild at Heart or anything like this. But there's glimpses where he's fairly well restrained and does his, Nick Cage monotone sort of delivery. But then there's parts where he gets to, like, if he's trying to pretend, if he's pretending to be the maintenance guy, or with the what is it, the Beneficial Policeman's Bureau or whatever, and he's he puts on the James hat and like, see, the problem with the folks like that is it's always going to go downhill and land on gums like you.
Yeah, no, I like the scene where he is in the he breaks in to steal the files from the I guess it's like a mental hospital or the VA hospital, and he's like, second floor.
Yeah.
It's pretty.
Say, you're not Dr. Thompson. You don't like me very much, do you?
Yeah,
he's doing like a Jimmy Stewart kind of thing. Yeah.
In part of he said this, and I thought that it was just him being Nick Cage, being crazy. He's like, I was trying to play as a spider, pretending to be human.
Mm-hmm.
And then in the movie, he actually said, or in the show, he actually says, like, I had to relearn how to be human by watching the cinemas. And I thought that was a nice...
By imitating actors and learning how they move and mimicking. Yeah.
Yeah, and I thought that was just him, like, being like, Nick, love you to death, but no one was ever going to know that choice made a difference. Right. And then when he said that and I saw the show, I'm like, oh, it actually did make a difference. Right. You are an artist. I forget.
Right. Yeah. There's a couple of scenes where he's recovering and he's having nightmares and stuff, and he's doing this like spider twitch thing.
Yeah.
When they finally flash back to his origin story, which I don't know if I really liked his origin story. I think it got a little too complicated.
He got bit by a man spider.
Spider. He's not a Spider-Man. It's a man that is a spider. He's a World War I vet, and while he's over in France, he liberates some POW camp. But while he does, he uncovers this German experiment where they're trying to infuse DNA with, which I don't even know if that was a thing back then.
Who knows, man?
But yeah, they're exposing POW prisoners of war to I think they said irradiated or radioactive rocks and plants, and mixing with the blood of animals in order to see what kind of weird combinations they get. Anyway, he uncovers this like half man, half spider Quasimodo looking thing that immediately bites him. And so somehow he's the one that manages to keep his quote unquote humanity without transforming into like a hideous figure and gain superpowers.
Yeah. It's very comic booky, but it's a comic book show, so I don't that stuff like that doesn't bother me at all. I'm like, yeah, of course. It's no different than the millions of times that someone's been resurrected. They're like, we need a point for him to get his spider powers. How are we going to do it? Well, typically it's a scientist playing around with spiders and animals in a lab. You're like, yeah, let's do that again.
Let's do it. And again.
Yeah, whatever. So, I get you on that though. It's, I don't know. I kind of like that. It was one of my favorite episodes actually is when he gets it, because him realizing his spider powers and twitching out and doing all the weird poses and him being on his back and then trying to act normal in front of
the general, whatever. Yeah.
And he's also explaining to to the people that are treating him at the time. I've been here before. He's like, they pulled me apart and put me back together. They just want to use me as a weapon. I did like that. Almost it's too much to give. You'll turn into a man spider if you just get this straight from the source, but this filtered version of it, you can get these powers. And even then it turned him to a spider. So he has to pretend to be human all the time, which I just thought was kind of funny. So
yeah. I love his performance. I think we might've talked about it last time, but he said in an interview that he was trying to pretend. Sometimes he was trying to pretend to be James Cagney. And then sometimes he was pretending to be Bugs Bunny. And then sometimes he was pretending to be Bugs Bunny, pretending to be James Cagney.
Yeah. Again, Nick Cage, man.
Which is, like brilliant pulls. You know what I mean? Like this is clearly a guy who is a master of the craft, like, the fact that his brain would go to that in terms of like, okay, well, Peter Parker's influenced by, whatever the,
sorry about that, y'all. It's a busy place here at Think Tank Studios.
That's right.
And, one of us forgot to close the door. sorry to screw up your train of thought there, man.
It's all right. It's all right. I was just going to say, I think I was talking about, or even I wasn't talking about, this is what we're talking about now. I really love in the black and white version, because you can watch either the true Technicolor or the black and white version. I really like in the black and white version, it's very much filmed. Oh, that's what I was talking about. How they filmed in the very like old school 1930s, 1940s style.
Yeah, see, look at that. He's good at his job, folks.
Yeah. Well,
where's my round of applause? Yeah, I don't have it pulled up, but
it's okay. That's right. I really like how it's filmed in that very 1930s, 1940s noir style, where like when somebody takes a drag of their cigarette, there's that big plume of smoke that envelops their face, and the contrast of light and shadows. Even though it's black and white, it's very appealing for textures and fabrics and things like that.
You can see the knit Spider-Man mask.
Everything looks very authentic, like
wool almost.
Like all the jackets look wool or tweed or what have you.
Leather, very reflective and
even the different jewelry and stuff like that, and even the way people wear things, it's very much that 30s. All the dames have that side crooked hat. Big puffy sleeves on the dress, stuff like that.
Costuming that would have been a blast.
Yeah, for sure. I will say I do think I prefer watching it in the true Technicolor version, though.
Okay, there's a quick meme I saw that made me crack up. It was a Simpsons meme, and I think it had Mole Man up top, and it was like, I watched the black and white version because it's the old school noir feel, and then underneath that it was Homer. It was like, I watched it in Technicolor because I'm not pretentious. Right. Well, fair enough. Yeah.
I don't know it. I don't know if it's pretentious. Again, it is worth it to get that sort of old school film experience. But I will say, when they add in the Technicolor, you get all of that. Plus, it is so overly saturated that everything pops. It looks very much like a comic book.
Nice.
Like it's the reds are the reddest of reds, and the blues are, like you can see every varying shade that. I don't want to say it's masked by the black and white version, but it's definitely brought to the forefront in the color version.
They also do a lot of shots in it, even without the color, that you can tell they had black and white, it popping there in mind. It's like he'll be in a dark alleyway and lightning strikes, and it's like that almost works better in black and white, as it's the only thing that lights the screen. So you can tell that they probably had both in mind when they were doing it.
And they do a lot of the classic film school style of, there's the Dutch angles, and like if people are talking, they'll do the side view on the camera on the person talking, and then she's looking at the character, but all we see is his reflection in the mirror or like through the glass or something like that. Or they'll, they'll do not like a star wipe thing, but you know what I'm saying? Where like they'll split the screen and then they'll do a close up of like his eye while he's being examined. And then they'll cut to, like on the other half of the screen, it's his wrist being tied down and he's trying to pull it free or something.
Oh,
like
yeah.
that.
Yeah. A little bit comic book panel ish.
Comic book panel.
Yeah. But yeah, I've been watching it in black and white. So I'll probably watch a little bit in Technicolor, just kind of get an idea. But yeah, I've been watching it in black and white. So
yeah. So, I mean, either way, you can really tell that whoever the cinematographer or the DP is really understood that style of filmmaking, which is very, very niche. I mean, like other than you could argue Christopher Nolan does a modernized version of that in some of his movies, but that very, very, I mean, the noir genre was a very, very specific moment in time.
Yeah. I mean, I think they're writing their best love letter to it, in my opinion. I mean, I don't know. I'm not going to sit and pretend I'm some noir cinema expert. I'm barely expert on the shit we talk about. Like, and I wouldn't even call me. I'm not barely an expert at all. I'm not an expert at all. Right. Yeah, because barely would still qualify me as that. So that's right. I don't have some like specialist in terms
of hubris on you.
Yeah. Let me walk that one back real quick. Right. Self-degradation podcast where honesty trumps any credibility we might have. I mean, that should be a shirt.
That's it. There we go. Stuff. So look for our new merch coming down the line.
Yeah. So I got to get back to the merch shop and get some things going for us. But yeah, I mean, I like the show. It plays like a Spider-Man, all the villains combining. That's why people forget Spider-Man's I hate the word GOAT, but like if somebody wanted to give him that title, like Batman, most people fight one at a time. Spider-Man fights 6 at a time. Right. That's his whole thing. He's like, you can't underestimate him if you want. I don't know. He's awesome. Spider-Man's so cool.
Yeah. Especially this version, which is, the hardline, gritty, private eye. And I mean, casting Nick Cage in this was perfect because I think that he definitely delivers that sort of, I hate to say campy because it does kind of waver.
It's comic booky.
It never fully goes into full camp. Like he's taking it very seriously, even though it's kind of ridiculous material.
Yeah. Well, Peter Parker is a wise ass, and I like the fact that
Ben Reilly.
Well, they do have a line about him changing his name,
right?
Which I liked. Oh damn, there was something else I was going to say. Oh my gosh, I just had it. Oh yeah, he was the voice in Into the Spider-Verse as well, so they had that going for him as well. But yeah, I mean, it's a comic book. Damn, I had something else I was going to say, but I just left my mind. So yeah, keep going.
It's all right.
Yeah, I dig it, man. It's classic Spider-Man tropes in a 1930s lens, and it works.
Yeah.
Again, I had something I was going to say, but now I need you to talk till I get it back.
Yeah. I really liked Brendan Gleeson, who played the main villain Silvermane.
Oh yeah, I remember what I was going to say now.
Go ahead.
Just real quick. How they do like Cat Hardy and stuff like that is clearly Black Cat.
Right, Felicia Hardy, Black Cat.
And I like it's instead of J. Jonah Jameson, it's Robbie Robertson. And they kind of have their little, like, you get one day to print the story. And then that kind of came into play a little bit. I like the little touches of that where it's not a 1-for-1, but they kind of hint at things.
It's sort of adjacent.
Yeah, like Robbie Robertson. And it's like, oh, this is clearly the up and coming bugle writer who then is going to become J. Jonah Jameson, the head of the paper and this and that. So yeah, it's good. So anyways, keep going. But yeah.
Oh, anyway,
Brendan Gleeson.
Yeah. I was going to say Brendan Gleeson is phenomenal in this. I mean, he's laying on just the perfect. He's not outright like I'm going to kick a puppy villain, but throughout the whole thing, you get this idea of like, this is the dude who, if you mess with him, he is like you're always waiting for the strings to be pulled tight. You know what I mean? Like he plays that part in terms of you never know exactly where you stand with this guy, and that's what makes him so dangerous. And so it's like even his henchmen and stuff like that who are always trying to yes man him or something like that. They're constantly and they talk about it. They're constantly like, well, yeah, he's happy with me today, but is that just a front so that he can get closer and then basically kill me or whatever the case may be? Is he literally just letting me walk through the trap?
I mean, he is, and that's why I like Ben Reilly. He is as silly as he is. I mean, Peter Parker is a wise ass, or Ben Reilly is a wise ass, Spider-Man classically is. He's like, I could have you on the payroll. He's like, yeah, I'm not a fan of your retirement plan.
Right.
Like, he calls him out on it very quickly. And he's, oh yeah, I remember what I was going to say, actually. The one thing I really like about the way he portrays this character, and there's a really actually.
You're talking about Brendan Gleeson or?
Oh yeah, sorry. Nick Cage. We'll
Nick Cage, okay.
It's in contrast to him. He does always say, like, I'm a coward. He always says.
Right.
And he is to a certain way, but that's so he can keep up his appearance as the Spider, even though he kind of wants to stop doing it.
Sure.
But when he's sitting there tied to that bed chair, she's like, nah, I would just run. He's like, no, you wouldn't, because I know what type of man you are. You tell yourself that you're this, you drink because you lost your precious ruby and all that other stuff, which is true. I mean, every detective noir needs a hard nosed, like trauma filled past in which they drink away the pain of not only his war trauma, but his loss. I don't lose my strength again. But when he says, I know what type of man you are. He's like, you're the same person, the man that ran in to save us all in Germany or in France and saved us all and brought us back. And then when you got back and had these powers, you chose to save more people.
Right. You chose to save the city.
Yeah. You're not a coward. You're a hero. Right. Stop pretending you're anything else.
Right.
I like that line because it was like, oh yeah, despite what you are trying to drink all this away. You are a hero. Yeah. And it really did play a good role in the burden of being Spider-Man. So I like that line. But anyways, please go ahead. Sorry.
I was going to say, speaking of his drinking, I love the big reveal at the end where, I mean, throughout the whole series, Robbie Robertson knows that Ben Reilly is the Spider. They never call him Spider-Man, but it's the Spider. And then finally at the very, very end, when he reveals himself to Janet, his secretary, he's like, I'm the Spider. And she's like, yeah, you told me. And then they flash back to all the times he's been drunk in the office. Like she just walks in, he's like hanging from the ceiling, just being like, I'm the Spider. I'm the Spider for you. Or like she walks in the next time and he's just wearing like an overcoat, the mask, the hat, and his underwear, just typing away like the Spider is busy.
I forgot.
So he starts getting all mad, and Robbie's like, so you knew that she knew and you didn't tell me? And he's like, well, we can't have secrets amongst ourselves. But
yeah, I forgot. That was a nice touch. So, the Spider for you. See, they give them opportunities to go full Cage that are within. Right. Like, ham it up, dude. Here, you got
it. Here's the shot. Go.
Yeah, whatever you want to do. You get the character, you go. And so he plays it pretty strong. Like, he does a pretty good job, actually, Nick Cage. So first time in television, by the way.
Really?
Yeah, he's always said, remember, he's like, he's had television offers before. And his big thing was like, no, I'm a movie actor.
Right.
Because remember, he had that debt or whatever he had to pay off. And so he did a bunch, like every straight to DVD movie ever.
Right.
And they're like, why don't you just do TV? He's like, no, I'm a movie actor. Well, and now he does TV, and he had said some comment about like, yeah, I had more time to really breathe and sit with this character. It's like, yeah, that's what TV does.
Yeah.
You get up and exactly things so we can grow with you, buddy, instead of a 2-hour runtime. But yeah, I thought that was kind of funny. It's like, yeah, Nick, we know that's how it works. Yeah. But I do respect. No, I'm a movie actor. I do the pictures. Like, this is cool. I don't know. Says something about him.
But good on him for spreading his wings and taking a leap of faith into something that he's never done before.
Yeah. So he clearly trusted it.
Yeah,
so
right.
And you can feel the Phil Lord, Chris Miller. Executive producer, which if I was anybody, I'd trust those guys too.
Plus, like I said, he's a big Nick Cage is a big fan of the noir genre anyway,
and like comic book fan,
and so
huge comic book fan.
And so getting the opportunity to do this and be like, oh, we just want you to go be Humphrey Bogart in Casablanca for 8 episodes. He's like, I'll do it.
Yeah, like it'd be hard to say no, especially once you already have a bit of an establishment of the character in the Spider-Verse movies.
Sure.
Yeah, why not, man?
Yeah.
Like, I had fun doing that. I'd like to explore that character. He seems fun. Why, and I get why they chose him. I would think that maybe a Spider-Punk, if they're going to do more of these, I think Spider-Punk, cool. He would be my next in line, I would think, in terms of.
Really? You don't think Spider-Man 2099?
I would say, I don't know. I love Spider-Man. I love his character design. The whole 2099 of all the stuff they did, and he was the one that was like, no, this dude rules.
Right.
So, but yeah.
Well, because everybody else had metal arms and pouches and.
Yeah. Miguel O'Hara was dope.
Yeah.
Punisher 2099 was all right too, but he was the same character pretty much, just lasers instead of
right.
bullets.
What was the guy's name? It was Frank Gallows was the guy's name.
Yeah. Well, good pull. Good pull.
I can't believe I remember that.
Yeah, well done. Yeah, no, I don't have too much more on. I like you were talking about Brendan Gleeson's character. Yeah, he does do a great job, and you are right. You never know. The noose is around your neck anytime you're with him. It's just a question of how much longer. Sometimes it's a leash for him to walk you, and other times it's for your own demise. You know,
right. I love the scene where
he's good though, man.
I love the scene where Ben is like, Kat Hardy is sort of revealing her origin story about, like, oh, I used to sing in this old rundown theater for pennies and I could barely afford to put food in my belly. And then one day Silvermane comes in and tips me more money than I've ever seen in my life. And, it seemed like such a good life he was offering. And, Ben says something to the effect of like, you didn't see the strings? And she says, I saw them, but they were thin at first. And then they got thick as rope. Yeah. Yeah.
There's a lot of good lines in that. Where does he say, he's getting in the elevator. He said, sometimes sometimes a hot dog at the ballpark is better than
the roast beef at the Ritz.
Roast beef at the Ritz. And he's like, think about that. And he says like little things where you're kind of like, what did you just say? But you're also like,
I don't know if that makes sense at all.
Like, I don't have a bar though, as the kids say, it's a bar. So yeah. No, there's good dialogue in it. He delivers it well enough that sometimes it's like, some people say the cucumbers taste better pickled. What? Huh?
yeah. He does have that like enthusiastic, like, I don't know how those things are tied together, but sure, you seem enthusiastic about it.
Hell yeah. So anything else on it or?
No, not really. I was just going to say, I think it's a really good Spider-Man adaptation, and Spider-Man is, probably my favorite comic book character of all time. So seeing this, it's one of those things, and you and I have talked about this. The best comic book movies are a specific genre or about something. They just happen to have superpowers. And this is a perfect example of that.
Right.
I think it goes a little long. I think out of the 8 episodes, you could probably trim about 10 minutes out of each one, just because they're constantly reinforcing the story of like, all right, so just so we're clear, here's where we're at. Here's where we're going.
Right.
It's like the first 5 minutes of Dragon Ball Z, where it's just last time on Dragon Ball Z, and they spend 10 minutes like showing you all the footage of like, oh, okay, cool. So
and then just floating on wah with their aura. Yeah, no, I get it. Yeah, they could tighten up, but again, it's not so out of the rails that I could feel like whole episodes would be cut. At the most part, they ended on a good note, started on a good note, like, oh, somebody gets shot, then immediately the next one they're going to answer it, and then we're going to, by the end of that one, drop you in. It's Ben Riley, and you're like, okay, where are we going here? So you're right, maybe 5 or 10 minutes here or there, but I think again, part of that's just streaming dictation being like, you must repeat what you just did.
Right. People are watching on their washing machine. You have to distract them from the laundry.
Yeah. So, anyways, all right. Well, you want to rate it now that we've completed it as we told people we would?
I'm going to give it a very hearty mercy.
I can't argue with that rating. It's spot on.
It's the bee's knees. See?
It's the end sex ligament. See, and then the talkers in town. Anyways,
I love it.
All right, man. Well, on that note, I think that's all we got. I suppose we should just tell the people, go find something you enjoy. You know what I mean? Go to scroll through aimlessly, go to the theaters, but ultimately go watch a movie.
Talk about it with somebody that you love.
Till next time, y'all.
Mercy.